We talked about it.
He's like a cool guy because you all talked about it. That's why he's cool.
No, because like Chauncey, you heard people say Chauncey as a nigga, like stuff like that. And my last name being Horton, and people always make jokes about like Horton here's a little Horton hatches an egg. So, you know, people like us
to do that.
We're made of sterner stuff, as Prime would say. You know what I'm saying? We've been through it, so you're not gonna phase us with any comments.
I actually never thought about your last name being Horton and Horton is a
Good.
I never thought about that.
Because you guys are mature adults.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. That's a lie. Who told you that shit? I'm mature.
I sit corrected.
So, ladies and gentlemen and ladies, you are now tuned into the Fly Nerd Group. Peace, 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 everybody.
Peace, y'all.
Peace, peace.
In case you don't know our name.
We are your hosts. I'm Cosmo Galactus.
I am Mr. Coach E Soulstar.
I am Ambitious, a.k.a. Amby Warhol, a.k.a. Amby A. Davis Jr., a.k.a. The Mac.
Since when? Like
sometimes, a.k.a. Ron Amby.
Whoa.
Ron Amby. You know what it is. When the vibe is right, it's Ron Amby.
Whoa.
Hey, the Mac was, hey.
The return of the Mac.
Who doesn't know what it means when someone says the Mac? Is there anyone who doesn't know what that means?
No hands.
That's the point. See, everybody know what it means. Listen, moist, wet, cold neck.
God damn, why do I sit next to Amby when you insult people?
No, we're not doing that. No lawsuits. You HRI. No, you pause. No. I apologize.
I'm Moxie.
Hey, Moxie.
So yeah, man.
How's everybody doing?
Y'all good out there? Everybody
Wait,
good?
no. That's not gonna work.
How
is everybody? Okay, that's one person that's doing good. Who else? How about you? There you go. Fuji?
That's the one.
Cree? The Queen wave.
Right.
We know how you doing. What's up, J.I.? Peace, God. Don't do it.
He shooting daggers at you, man. That I-beam is coming right at you. Man, it's...
I see.
I felt it happening.
Oh.
That's not gonna...
I'm the extra fly nerd.
So yeah, man, it was a crazy weekend, right?
It was a great weekend. A great week.
Yeah.
It was a great week. Particularly because there's a John Wick 4 trailer, and that's like, woo, shit. I've been waiting for that trailer.
My favorite.
Every martial artist is now trying to kill John Wick, including the biggest and the baddest of the modern era. We talking about Donnie Yen.
Yes.
We got Scott Adkins. Yikes. Like, that alone, we don't even need to talk about nobody else. Like, that's it. Like, you about to get your ass kicked. I mean, it was cool when he had, in the last movie, who was that was trying to kill him? Mark Dacascos. Yeah, Mark Dacascos, who, he was hilarious. You think he gonna survive this movie?
It's gotta be the last one, right?
I hope they don't kill off my boy.
This is about to be the next Fast and Furious.
They just need
so we get 8 of these
fucking dogs along. That's it.
How many more puppies have to die?
Yeah, I saw the dog in the trailer, but I did not see Halle Berry's character, so that was interesting. Maybe they're saving her. But I got a feeling there's going to be a lot of violence going on in this trailer.
I loved her character. It was really cool. It was cool to see her in a role like that.
And she trained hard for that. If you ever saw the behind the scenes, her gunplay, like she literally was learning how to quick draw, learning how to do the jiu-jitsu and the various karate moves in the midst of gun kata, which was dope. And as you can see, the trailer is playing right now. It looked like Remington Steele in that moment. Who was that? Was that Pierce Brosnan?
No, somebody else.
looked like Pierce Brosnan with the silver beard.
Yeah, I think that was somebody.
But the action sequence,
Damn.
I'm throwing axes in the trailer, bro.
Right, that's in the trailer. This ain't even a Red Band trailer.
Is that Donnie
Oh,
Yen?
wow.
Yeah, that's Donnie Yen.
Look, they're playing tag with bullets, dude.
He is motherfucking John Wick. That's why. He's so good.
I need to
This is
understand.
dope, man. This is dope. This
Oh,
all-
yeah, we got sound. Oh, shit.
Thank you, Jay, for your favor.
Right?
Non-stop fire.
Dude, how many times did he hit that
He
guy?
nuts. Yeah.
Like, I started watching, when I saw the first John Wick, I remember people not being super hype about it, and no one really talked about it until, like, the second one.
Oh, they was
And I
crazy.
kept telling people, go and see John Wick, it's so fucking good. And when the second one came out and he had done the shit in the library and killed dude with the library
With the
big
book.
dude, I was
Yes.
like, oh, leave him the fuck alone.
Knowledge is power.
Like,
That's literally knowledge is power in that.
that's it.
But this shit looks fantastic.
Everybody's in it.
It does. It's beautifully shot.
Yeah, this looks fantastic. I'm excited.
So you think it was worth the wait because they're supposed to drop this year.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's worth the
it's
wait.
worth the wait.
It's worth the wait.
I'm so excited. It will be better than that terrible Matrix.
Yeah,
Thank you. The Matrix was indeed
we
terrible.
got claps for that. That's
They're
real.
gonna say that.
That's real.
I just want to see him hit that guy with nunchucks over and over and over again.
Again and again and again.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh,
again
yeah.
and again.
So,
Listen, like, yeah, that's probably the most exciting, but it's not the only trailers that came out.
It's not.
Nah, we got a lot of trailers.
All because of San Diego Comic-Con that just passed this past weekend. So they naturally there was a Marvel panel, there was a DC panel. There's some other cool panels, but specifically Marvel unveiled their entire slate for the next phase. It's like
And
it's a shitload of shit.
Kang.
Stars. But we're gonna start our review with Black Panther 2: Wakanda Forever.
Yes.
Let's go.
There you go.
Word.
No woman, no cry. You darling, don't shed no tear. No woman, no cry. Good friends we are, and good friends we've lost along the way. In this great future, you can't forget your past. So dry your tears and say,
That's Adam right there.
everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright. Everything's gonna be alright.
I'm queen of the most powerful nation in the world, and my entire family is gone. Have I not given everything?
Let's go, Ryan Coogler.
Yeah, that's in good hands.
That is man fucking made.
You know, so watching the trailer this time, there's two things I noticed.
What?
Number one, the Atlanteans aren't like overly like super techy. They're
Oh,
very,
yeah.
they're very
How they
ambiguous.
gonna have tech underwater?
That's what Aquaman
And water tech.
did. Water tech. They're water
They had
ninjas.
water take at Sea Lab. Sea Lab 2021.
Oh, stop! Oh my goodness.
I think they take a
That's
more of a
all.
cultural stand with these characters. That
Yeah.
tech is-
Yeah.
They mixing all of that in, so tech is irrelevant.
Yeah, exactly. I agree.
Right, they're tribal.
It's very different. The other thing I noticed was that Angela Bassett, my goodness,
Killing
How
it.
powerful she is?
is
She's
she
Tina
83?
Turner.
Yeah, she's phenomenal. She's all of the characters.
She's Tina Turner.
I don't even know what that means.
Tita.
You know what that
You know
means.
what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't need another hero.
We don't.
We don't need another way home.
But did you
We-
So let me ask you this: with Chadwick Boseman, who's apparently not going to be in this movie, just give time for these other characters to shine. So you get these great moments from Angela Bassett and then the rest of the cast. How you
Right.
feel
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah, I think everyone's going to shine. It looks like everyone's going to get their moment.
I agree. I think the rest of them can carry it, even though, I mean, they obviously can't do anything about that right now. But I do think it's in good hands with the rest of the cast, because all of the cast in the first movie was brilliant.
Agreed.
So,
Including Forrest Whitaker.
right.
I'm sorry. Sorry, Whitaker.
Can this movie pick up the same anticipation momentum as the last movie?
I think so.
Absolutely.
I think so even more now.
Yeah, I
Well,
agree.
because everybody's going to want to know how. This
Right.
movie is going to present how are we moving forward and what does that look like. So the what and how is what this movie is about. Where the first one was just a discovery of something we didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
But we're
Yeah.
invested. Now we want to know how are you going to continue without Chadwick Boseman. And I think they're dealing with the Civil War in Wakanda too, because there's that scene where Okoye is fighting against the Dora Milaje.
Yeah.
And that means that she's in that space where she might say, I want to be Black Panther since no one else is being Black Panther.
Exactly. The king is gone, so that fight for power is always out.
Exactly.
That's from the Ta-Nehisi Coates series that he wrote. During that period when Wakanda was deep in war, basically Killmonger had passed away, and he wrote a story that was dealing with the fact that some of Wakanda supported the philosophies of Killmonger, and other members supported the philosophies that T'Challa had enforced. And so they were divided philosophically and politically over that, and that caused them to start waging war with each other. During that time, people like Okoye kind of said, fuck all of y'all. She tried to become the Panther to a lot, and everybody went after her because of that, and it became a big, chaotic conflict. Meanwhile, people like Doom and Atlantis were lurking in the back like, hey, y'all weak right now? It's a good time to just, let's go ahead and attack y'all.
Mm.
So, and the first one definitely borrowed heavily from the Ta-Nehisi
Yeah,
Coates.
heavily. Look at Andy reading the comments. I love it.
Hey, man.
So there was Ironheart in there.
Yes, she was.
So you're going to get to see Ironheart origin story. You're going to...
That's here in Chicago, too. She's Chicago. Her origin is here in Chicago.
Oh.
Yeah, she's
Yeah, she's Chicago.
Southside? She's
Yeah,
Southside.
Southside. Yeah.
really up in Chicago South Side.
Oh, that'd be
White
amazing.
socks.
Right, exactly. That would be awesome.
Hey, that was very minimum. Y'all Cubs fans? What's up?
Everyone was mysteriously silent.
We didn't have, hey, listen.
I would have Angels hat on.
You have a limited pass to speak. I'm kidding. But seriously, though. No.
I'm not coming back.
But yeah, so what's up, bro? All right. No, you.
He turned all the way around. And he spun right round.
See, now you got to state your name.
I gotta say my name.
That's how it
He put
starts.
his man on the spot.
What's your name?
Olin.
Say it again.
Olin.
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 Welcome, Olin.
What's up? What brings you here?
I'm playing tonight.
Oh,
No,
snap.
that's all I want you to know. I know. That's all I want you to go in. That's all good. Yeah, he's with the band.
He's like, I'm off the clock, man. He's like, I'm enjoying y'all. Y'all ain't talking about me. I'm talking about y'all. my man off the clock. You tried to put him on the clock.
Yeah, I see. Okay, go back, finish it.
Enjoy your beer, man. Enjoy your beer.
Sorry.
Is that a fly flex? Is it a fly flex?
What's in your cup? What you drinking?
Okay, that's what's up.
For sure.
Try the fly flex though.
It's
Recommend it.
delicious.
It's awesome.
And nutritious.
It is.
It's part of a healthy
Kid tested,
breakfast.
mother approved.
Right. Yeah.
And it's vegetarian.
Do not look into that statement.
Is it really vegetarian?
Yes.
Bro, what's beer made of?
Wheat, barley.
Is that a vegetable?
Wow. That's why we here, though.
We are here because knowing is half the battle.
G.I. Joe.
What's the other half?
Winning the battle.
What about the red lasers and the blue lasers?
That too.
I have no answer.
So, yeah.
Anyway.
Here's another trailer.
Yeah, Shazam.
Oh, I didn't see this.
DC did the panel as well.
And they did a good job.
Yeah, they dropped a few gems.
We dropped some heat.
The lack of enthusiasm.
I heard there's some DC dissenters in here in the group. Anybody here doesn't like DC?
Damn.
Oh, that's all right. You fine.
Raina!
You don't like that? None from DC?
You don't like Batman?
Batman?
You don't like Batman?
Batman, the only thing they got.
You hate Batman?
Wonder Woman
They
fan?
got Wonder Woman.
There we go. You too?
You don't like Batman either? All right, Batman is good.
Damn. She can go about her business.
84 did something.
Save your ass.
You get out of here, Wonder Woman.
Oh no.
Damn.
Well, anyway, they dropped the trailer Shazam 2.
Do y'all
The guys if you're interested.
You like the first Shazam movie? Oh wow, you're funny.
Damn.
Actually, that would be.
You know, actually, I heard saying that when my friend told me that this trailer dropped yesterday, I also thought it was the Shazam.
Damn.
Y'all are terrible. What?
He was in Kazam.
Right.
Oh, that's Shazam. It's one of those Zams.
Huh?
He was one of them Zams.
No.
Maybe Kazam.
I thought he was referring to himself as like Shazam. No.
No.
This is why Superman works alone. How about that?
Yeah.
Superman need a bit of
So let's watch this trailer. Yes.
Right now.
Damn.
It's like a chore.
Damn.
I feel like I'm making y'all
I mean,
too
this is
old.
all DC has at the moment, so let's roll.
They
Don't forget Green Lantern.
I'm being honest, like, what am I even contributing? There's already a superhero with a red suit with a lightning bolt on it. Aquaman is literally huge and so manly, and Batman is so cool. And I'm just me. I feel like a fraud. It doesn't matter. Anyway, a wizard gave me superpowers. Well, they everybody got superpowers. Go on.
To fight crime?
Now everyone's kind of like doing their own thing, and I'm the only one trying to keep it together.
You understand I'm a pediatrician.
Oh my God, he has an Annabelle doll.
The doctor's about to coming for you.
Oh, the daughters that have
Is that Lucy Liu?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Of course.
This is very personal.
Get dragged.
It's very easy because I'm not super old like you, but I've seen all the Fast and Furious movies, Eddie. It's all about.
Guys, that was the same one.
Oh.
So it's like 8 Superman.
the Shazam family.
Oh, I don't know shit about
It's
Shazam.
like 8 of them.
They was in the left.
They can do the same powers and shit.
No, they all got slightly different.
Slight variations.
Yes, slightly.
Let's give it a chance.
It's way too much money.
Go fuck. What you say? Yeah, they didn't spend a lot of money on this.
There's a lot happening in this trailer. This is the whole fucking movie.
I mean, apparently there's gonna be a lot of action.
They got dragons.
It's magic. He basically fights magic, wizards and stuff.
Oh, okay, James.
That actually looks pretty good, right?
They did look good.
A few people like that.
I like it.
Right,
There's a few people who like that.
There's no pleasing you.
There's Black Adam.
No.
Don't look at me like that. I didn't do it. I didn't make that movie.
You said
I didn't make that movie.
Listen.
no.
Listen. You're good on that. We
Your
need one.
favorites.
Yeah, my favorite. Right. I don't want to see the Scorpion King 12.
It's not gonna be that. It's gonna be compelling.
Okay, let's wait. We got
Did
some.
you use the word compelling and The Rock in the same sentence?
Damn.
That's not even a compelling rock. How does that work? When you throw it through a window, right? But it won't.
But you know what? We got a crowd. Let's ask them. Can The Rock act? Is The Rock a good actor?
He's funny. Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
We got two.
Okay,
Yes.
so-
We got a baby.
We got two.
Okay.
Oh, we got a thumbs down right there.
What did The Rock act in?
Is The Rock?
When he wasn't The Rock.
You met The Rock, but is he a good actor?
It doesn't matter when you met him.
What? Damn.
Brother.
Wrestling is
Hold on.
Yo, her friend said don't give her the mic. Wait. Whoa.
I did meet The Rock. He was at SmackDown. I went behind a hotel.
Did you sneak?
Huh?
Did you sneak?
Did I sneak?
Yeah.
I mean, she went behind the hotel.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. What's going on?
And I smacked myself on top of the car, and he was driving, and it was Big Chocolate, the wrestler, and then it was like, what's up? Anyways, I followed him all the way. The security actually had to get me out of the car because I kept saying, The Rock, The Rock, The Rock, The Rock. It was fucking amazing. It was amazing.
What era of The Rock was this?
The Rock, you smell what you're
Oh,
cooking?
so wrestling.
Like the attitude era.
He still had hair. He still
Right.
had hair. He was.
Oh, he still had hair.
Attitude era.
Right.
It's the attitude. But
This was an eyebrow rock. No, let me hear it. If you smell.
That's a hysterical story.
But does that make him a good actor? You met him, but that doesn't make him a good actor.
So the question is, what movie did The Rock act other than The Rock?
He's acting
The Mummy.
No, he was.
Gridiron.
He was. I think in the Mummy too.
You mean when he was the Scorpion King? Did he say a word in that movie?
No. Not one.
Okay, fair enough.
Standing tall, yes.
That's true. That was the gridiron.
Billions.
Oh, the
Ballers.
Ballers. Okay.
It's just a rock in a suit, ballers. It's just a rock in a suit. Just a rock in a suit.
The Rock in a suit. Okay.
No, I'm not saying he's not
I
likable.
mean, he's no John Cena, but yeah, I got you.
Can't see me.
No, John Cena acts, and actually in one. Well. Yeah. Actually, The Rock does
Point
too.
taken.
The Rock always talks about eating the pie.
Eating pie.
Yes, he does. And you know what that is? He does a little tongue thing. You know what I'm talking about.
What about the movies with Kevin Hart?
This became graphic.
That was about pie eating.
The jabroni, what is it? The jabroni beating, pie eating, something.
The strudel.
I'm gonna give it a beating, whatever.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I do. I don't know how to word.
It's close enough.
My rock lore ends at the Attitude Era. I don't know anything about it. Dwayne.
There you go. Okay, so there it is. So Dwayne Johnson is to The Rock what Lawrence Fishburne is to Larry Fishburne.
The Rock still embraces history in his past.
That's true. He still acknowledges that he was The Rock.
He still cooks.
Yeah.
He still be in the kitchen.
That's what made him the money.
That
Lawrence-
is what made him.
Lawrence
That's why his
Fishburne
company's
don't
called
ever call-
$7.
You can't call him Larry.
You can't call Lawrence Fishburne Larry anywhere.
No.
No.
Exactly.
He might fight you.
Right, I was gonna say that's probably a real quick interview.
Like, hey, Larry. No,
Hey,
sir.
but when The Rock got slapped by Kevin Hart with the tortilla shell,
Oh, I saw that.
yo, he was mad as hell. He got slapped so hard, you heard it, and like it was amazing. And then he tried to slap back, it wasn't close.
You got that part a little bit strong.
Slaps.
Yes.
King of slaps.
Go on.
Point.
We on. What up, Jason?
Jason, what's up?
Check out the Fly Nerd Crew shirt that my man's wearing.
Right, it's fly as
Show them. Turn around, model. Turn around. Yeah.
Hey, yo, we did not pay him to do that. Well, I appreciate it.
Sit your ass down.
That's right.
Believe it or not, he actually paid to do that. No, we got merch for sale. That's an example. This is another example. We got a bunch. There's all types of good. There's Pugs Atomz Records, but you'll hear him shortly.
Yeah.
Lot A&E.
Exactly.
Only
It's
like 5%.
delicious. Fly Flex.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's great. Go up there and tell them they know what to do from there.
Especially on a day like today when it's hot.
Exactly. No, but what you can do, so right now it's only on tap, but
Only here.
they do have jugs.
Only here.
Only here.
Yeah,
Only in this location.
Only here you can experience this.
Exactly.
There you go.
That's it.
Oh my gosh.
So you gotta come here every Sunday when we do our thing. So,
How did you get your own beer though? Shit.
my name is Ambition.
It's a fly flex.
Seriously, the way it plays out is the same way we do everything. Like the motivation behind Fly Nerd Group is to present the images that people forget about and sometimes aren't given enough representation in media. So when you think about beer, one of the things you don't think about is that nerds drink beer. So obviously that's not true. So it only made sense for us to participate and join up with the actual beer makers here at Haymarket and come up with a beer that designated Fly Nerd Group.
It's better than Bud Light.
Anything is
The
better
fly.
than Bud Light.
Well, does anybody here drink Bud Light before I say what I'm gonna say? Thank you.
Thank you.
It's crap.
Yeah, we only had to drink it at work. But me and Kyle worked for Pride 92. That was the sponsor of every event.
Yeah.
That we had.
And that's how they do it.
Except for one though, we did have a Colt 45.
Oh.
It was Colt 45 at the Cubby Bear with Twista as the performer.
That makes sense.
It was people
Yeah.
smoking cigars and like they forced everyone to eat food. And I was like, that sounds like Colt 45 is not good.
You said that
When you think for all this shit, y'all got
Don't forget beer, you gotta
There was a lot of idols going on during that show. A lot of people were like, man, sleeping.
See, when Colt 45 come out, that's when Andy D. Williams show up.
Okay.
So, you understand. Everybody understands that, even if they don't. But yeah, so, Pugs is here today.
Yeah.
What you been up to?
A lot.
Like what?
Like the rap song a lot. Yeah.
Basically, with your art, you're expanding into different mediums, different avenues, and kind of growing in that way.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I just kind of do what works right. So, in all of this, like, I started as a graffiti writer, and from a graffiti writer, I became a painter. From a painter, I became a muralist. Then I went to art school, you know, at like 18. Then I liked rap a lot. So I kind of just forego all of that stuff. I mean, I was doing like movies and all that with my art, and then but music was just like way more fun. Because it was like people my age making music, whereas the people I was working with in the art field, it was like all old men. So it was, you know, a little awkward.
Understand.
But right now, though, I'm here to support my new album. called Test Drive on 600 Block Records. I'm one of the co-owners of the record label. Feel real good about that. Big up to Brian Ford. He's over there at the bar.
Round of applause. Make some noise for that, yo.
600 records.
600 records.
600 Block Records.
600 Block Records, correct.
So my album is the first thing from the label, and then we got a Killer Priest EP, and then we have the box band. It was like a jazz band. Playing Dorian's a lot.
Okay,
So a real diverse kind of label, you know.
So the motivation behind when you guys decided to all come together to create 600 Block Records was what?
Well, was working on this project, because initially this album was going to be for Brian Ford's his compilation.
Okay.
So it was like me, Killer Priest, a bunch of other people just recording these songs, and then it got to a point where like he was just like, yo, Pugs, we should just put out an album with you instead of it being that. And we're here now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So you got this album called Test Drive.
Right.
And concepts related to driving cars and anything in that area kind of permeate throughout all the songs, the titles, the themes, and the context. What's that about?
Well, you know, I was thinking about like, as you live your life every day, every choice you make, you don't know how it's gonna go. So it's like that test drive, you know, at the dealership where you jump in this car, you're like, it looks cool. Well, I like how it feels. Well, I like how the gas mileage is. You know, will I be able to pick up chicks with this? You know, all the things they think of. Or will the police always stop me in this car?
Right,
you know?
right.
But just thinking about how life is a test drive, and you truly don't know until you're in it, doing whatever the thing you decide to do. Like the songs really are dealing with the different instances in life that you go through. Okay. So like the song Test Drive is literally dating somebody and figuring out, is this it? You know, are we gonna do more? Or is this just
I'm leaving her
one time thing? Yeah.
Right.
I like that concept.
You know what? I got the $1 million question that everyone asks me. Since CTA Radio still does run WHPK on Wednesdays, come back in the fall.
I was wondering how long it would take you.
Right.
Everyone asks, how did Pugs feel about CTA Radio is coming back? And what's like post-CTA? Me besides going up there 9 to 12.
Well, first let's talk about some of the history first.
Yeah, let's get into
you
that.
gotta understand this little lineage of the story. You missed out a whole big chunk. CTA.
What is CTA? For those who don't know.
Well, it's a radio show. Me and Kevin Maxey, Taiwan Davis, Kyle Salactis, cover It Girl, Asia. We all kind of came together over the last like 21 years of doing this show and just putting on the music that we thought was dope. And what's really funny as you asked me this question, the person that got me on the radio for the first time, sitting at a table right there, Rain or Rain. She put us in the mix to like even think bigger. Because I mean, we were just like, oh, we're rapping. And then she's like, oh, I know the guy. And then from there we're like, oh, so it's possible.
It's things to do.
And then from there, it just became more things of like what's possible.
Yeah, I mean, we really created a whole language as far as it used to be rules in HBK. If you could do that, they wouldn't play certain records. Like some of the records, even on Test Drive, would have been played on HBK before we got there because the rules is in the border. I want to say just the closed-minded think of the way music should be presented. So we came in and broke that mold between the three of us initially, and we played a lot of music, and we got a lot more independent artists, a lot of people, everybody from Vic Mensa.
You had like where like Nas would come to town and like he couldn't do WGCI. He would have to come to our show.
Yeah.
So I mean, like think about like how gangster Chicago is. Where it's like, no.
Plus we had the full autonomy to play wherever we want. We had the full autonomy to play wherever we want. No program directors to tell us what we can and can't play. When you select 12 records out of 100 records that came out that week, we play whatever the hell we want. We brought our own music.
Also, I mean, we championed a lot of artists. So, like, for instance, Kali Uchis, she did her first interview with me.
She didn't even speak English that well.
Waka Flocka, he did his first interview with me. Big Mensa, when he decided he was going to just be a solo guy, he did it with me and Maxie. You know what I mean? So a lot of those moments were there, and then just the culture of it. You know, like HBK is the first station that ever played rap in Chicago.
Right.
Wow. So to be associated with that, you know me, I'm that kind of person. I want to be with the original thing. You know, and to keep that going.
Speaking of that, since you mentioned the people that started CTA Radio, who are you guys?
What do you mean?
Like, what do you call your guys? That's some main questions.
But
that's separate. That's a whole other collaboration.
Let's go down right there.
But no, you guys, like the next show, we need that Pee-wee Herman moment. I said the word of the day. When the budget gets
never doing it again.
You go in there.
I got a question.
What's up?
What number album is this? Like, how many albums do you have?
I don't know how many albums I have. I just keep making them every year.
That's a good answer.
There you go. But no, I mean, to be honest with you, seriously, to be honest with you, I just make music because it helps me. Like, that's my self-care. Like, when I make an album, that's my self-care. That's me saying, all right, I need to take a moment to think about my life, to think about the people that are important to me, and then try to figure out how to convey that. But even the people that are on the songs, like, it's all like a personal thing.
It's true art, so it's like it's a frozen moment in time for your life and where you are.
It's all time capsules.
Okay.
Because I'm telling you how I'm dressing everything, you know?
Yeah, that's real.
You're getting the whole thing. The videos are different, you know?
That's real.
What about the Inkwell joint that came out during the course of the pandemic? That's the one that preceded this one.
I mean, that album definitely, I would say, got me to a whole bunch of new ears. So, like, I got, like, probably a good 15 features I've done in Australia just off that album, which is crazy. I mean, the negative part of it was, like, the label, we did it with Sonar Collective. So that's Jazz and Nova, the band, that's their label out in Germany. And, like, their whole thing was, like, you guys are going to go on tour. So they had booked, like, all this stuff. We were at summer festivals, all that. We were going to
be all
crazy. Yeah. And then the pandemic came. And I was like, oh, man.
Yeah, that makes
But we're working on part 2, like, right now. Like, literally.
Okay.
We got, like, about, I think, 30 beats.
You already know from London if you ever need a tour guy.
Okay, Max, you're about to be a tour guy?
Right.
And I'll tell you, like, Maxie is like one of the realest, man. This is when I was living in London. We were on, I think, like, Skype or something, and I was just like, yo, you know, we'll be here for the next, like, week. If you want to slide, you can slide. And then he just was like, You know, it was like one of those that was very ambiguous. And then, like, I think it was like a Monday morning, and we were about to head to France that day, and he just showed up at the door, bro. I don't know anybody that would take a whole flight to another country unannounced.
He crashed the crib.
He crashed the crib.
In another country.
Well, he made sense.
I thought I was dreaming. You know, it's like you open the door, you're like,
That's a K-Max moment.
That's real.
But we almost left Maxie in France. We almost left him there. Because we were playing a show for Radio Nova, which is like one of the big radio stations there in Paris. And he just had too much fun. And then, like, it was like girls hanging on our car doors, all this extra stuff. And he's like, I'm gonna stay. What? Like, I don't blame you. So serious. And like, Maxie's older than me, so, you know, I'm like, all right, fair enough. Do you? You know? So, like, as we were about to, like, leave, because I think we had drove, like, half the block, we just see a guy. He was like, I think he thought about his life. He was like, oh, yeah.
I'm stuck. No, I ain't.
Terminator 2 running.
Oh, my God.
Very much so.
Go Maxie.
More like what's happening.
But good times, very good times.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So with all these different experiences that have led up to this moment, and you got this album out, you have a video that's animated. What made you do that?
Well, I mean, I've been fascinated with animation from the beginning. Like, one of my first gigs, I think my mom hooked me up with it. I was doing inking for Rex Perry. He used to do, like, the YSB magazines with, like, all the black cartoons. It'd be his stuff. And, I mean, from that experience on, like, I just kept wanting to do it. And, like, I was able to do, like, a stop-motion animation on my own. And then some of my videos I added in. But then when Zona Mine, who's also from Australia, like, when I met her and just the way she worked, it was just like, well, do that. Go crazy. And, you know, the whole team was like, yeah, we should get her. Yeah. And
So
I mean,
she just
smacked it. Yeah, she did the test drive video, yeah.
Okay.
Did you used to have animated videos from like one of the Top Cat years ago?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, forever, like, I've been in that realm. but like actually knowing how to do it. Like now I know how to do it.
Okay.
You know.
Oh, so you can actually do this too?
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant. Okay.
I like the colors. It's really like vibrant.
Yeah, no, that's the video right there on the screen for those who didn't see it before.
But I mean, for me, the best part was like she really listened to me. Like I gave her a folder, like these are the things important to me. I need these things to be in the video at this moment, that moment. Okay. I mean, even like the dudes got on Theodora.
Yeah, I was peeping at
that. That's part of my thing, you know. So it's like that, you know.
In the square, Nacro representing. What's good? What's good?
Hey, you know you gotta do that.
Yeah, I love it.
But it feels good, you know, to be here with you guys. Because I mean, I've seen from the beginning to now, and it just keeps getting bigger, you know. I mean, you guys are at Haymarket with your own beer. Congrats, guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
How much time we got? Because we don't want to go over.
I got like 9 minutes.
Okay, for 9 minutes.
9 minutes, they'll get fresh. You're on.
What's your favorite song on this album?
My favorite song would probably be that the Traffic Jams record, Audacity did right now, just because it took forever to get here. Like I was in traffic for an hour to get here.
Same. Traffic was awful.
But it's just like I like those kind of trippy, housey beats that are kind of a little African thing in there, and just what it's saying. I really, you know.
Okay.
Have traveling overseas changed the way you look and create music nowadays?
Definitely, man. Like, you know, with the whole band living in the same house, it was a different kind of freedom. I had never really experienced that, where it's like, you got all these different people from different countries that would just show up at the door like, let's work, and then just be locked in, you know? And also just having an open ear, because I was very specific. I was gonna tell you, like, I'd be like, I don't want to rap on that at all, never. And, you know, being out there, it just opened me up to sounds that I, you know, necessarily wouldn't have resonated with here. Because life is different here.
Yeah, absolutely.
In that sense, yeah.
So a new life, a new experiences, kind of get a different palette to play in.
Yeah. But, you know, experience, I mean, that's the biggest one. Like, with all the kids that I mentor, you know, the kids that come to paint with us, etc. I'm like, go. See all you can see, then come back and tell me.
You just mentioned something interesting. You said all the kids you mentor. In what way do you mentor kids?
Well, I mean, I do, you know, the public speaking thing where I go to tons of like high schools, elementary schools, and that kind of thing. I also do like the different after school programs since I was like 17. I was teaching that kind of stuff. And then in general, just people that I feel are dope. Like, I'll be like, yo, you know, I'm not going, you know, I don't put it out there like that.
Right.
You know, I'll be, you know, trying to give them what I can give them. I'm like, yo, call this guy, call that guy.
Right.
We'll make this happen for you, you know.
You also dealt with fashion as well, such as the shirts we got on.
Wow. Yeah. Still make clothes. But nah, I mean, with the clothes, it's a little different. Because like with that, like I design for a lot of different people. Right. And a lot of that stuff I can't even like post, you know, in that sense. Because it's just like a deal. Like we pay you for it. That's it. You know, and that's the end of the conversation. Now, other people I work with forever. And, you know, it just keeps building. But I mean, like right now, my favorite people, probably like Barbara Bass. I mean, that's like a legendary designer from Chicago. Like a lot of Michael Jordan's coolest pictures with him with leather jackets and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and then but Afrowear. I mean, for me, those are the people that really put me in the game. Big up to Mustafa Rocks and Brian, both of them, man. They definitely put the bug in my ear that they could do it.
No, he said someone bootleg.
What?
I mean, everything is bootleg. You know, anything on the internet. I'm very sure your logo is going to be at some comic book convention.
And I'm
without
breaking
you knowing.
I'm breaking them.
Then we'll take it to the side. Right, exactly. We'll take
I mean, you got like a few days to the next one.
Listen.
Right.
And it's true because a few weeks ago when we had Moore's Brewing Company here, they talked about the fact that like they're just a year in, 2 years into the game, and they've already seen their logo on shirts. Bootleg through random sources and networks.
No, my first shirt I did with Iridium. Urban Outfitters did the same shirt.
They got a
took it and flipped it.
Yeah, Urban Outfitters is trash.
And then everybody from like Robin's Jeans to Zara, they would come in the store, take photos of everything.
And they gonna do it.
I mean,
yeah,
that's the game. I mean, that's the game. You know, it's what you do with it.
And you got a new label right now that you produce through and that you create.
Yeah, so I mean, right now my focus is Us You We. And that's like my personal brand. Sometimes my wife will design stuff. Sometimes my son will come and say, Dad, I need merch. Very serious, very serious. But yeah, it's just my place to put all my stuff together. So you see stuff from like my videos that I might not use. You see stuff I might have did for another client that they decided they didn't want, and you know, and flip it. But more so, I would say that the brand is about telling stories. Because it's really about like kind of the history of Chicago stuff, indirectly and indirectly, you know.
And it ties into a lot of your art pieces as well.
No, definitely. I mean, that's the inspiration. So it's like figuring out how to make art attainable for people that don't want to pay $2,000, $3,000 with me, but they'll pay $25 or $40, like that T-shirt over there, or the one I have on the same shirt. Yeah.
Or the hat.
Shame, that's a shameless plug and a flag.
No, there's no shame in that.
There's a sweater you did last season. It was yellow.
Oh, the Malcolm.
Oh my goodness.
Malcolm 64.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
That's a
really
beautiful
dope.
sweater, yo.
You know, people ask me about that all the time. They're like, wait, is there a new version? But it's like, no, read it and look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the one.
And that's one of my favorite pieces, man. Like when I came up with that concept, it just really took off. Like it was like some of the people I mailed it to, I was like, oh, okay, you guys are paying attention.
Yeah. And I heard that one of your influences, or one of the people that you really enjoy or find inspiration is Dwayne Wayne in a different world.
No, definitely. I mean, living in Inglewood, you know, was a very like tough kind of that's what cool meant. So seeing that on TV, it gave me another option.
Okay.
That's an OG fly nerd.
Yeah, Dwayne Wayne is an OG fly nerd.
You know, he's one of the reasons why I went into physics, because he was into math.
Correct.
He was a tutor. He got the girl.
Yep.
He always had the new Jordans.
Yeah, he did. He was always fly.
I'm like, yeah. He is
so, I mean, that means you guys gotta like put his T-shirt or glasses in the rafters.
Oh, we working on it. Trust us. It's coming.
That's a good idea.
He does like hip hop, so I mean.
Yeah. Kadeem Hardison is a man in real life too.
I love it.
So, anybody have any questions for Pugs Atomz? No questions?
I like that.
That means he was concise with his dialogue. That's great.
Or they just know what it is.
There you go. Where can they find you?
Well, I have like a new website, PugsAtomz.com. It has like a virtual gallery, so you can see like my Mookie on the South Side show on there. And then you can see some of the other stuff that I would never post on there. There's a lot of that stuff.
And it's PUGSATOMZ. Z. A lot of people do it the opposite way for some reason. They put the Z with Pugs, but it's really S with Pugs and Z at the end of Atomz.
I'm always the guy on the flyer where they gotta redo the flyer.
Yeah. Yeah. So check out his merch, all his art. He's got his clothing brand on there as well, right?
Yeah, SUE, you can shop that stuff. And you can shop like some of the collabs, and you can shop my tapestries. Like I do a lot of tapestries right now. Nice. That's been working out real well for me.
Tapestries, that's dope. Carpets, like little rugs, area rugs?
No, not rugs. You put it on your wall. Okay. Yeah. Or you could wrap up in it. You could. Yeah.
Keep a little warm on the
clothes.
Kind of like a piece of buckler?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
So what's next for Pugs Atomz, SUE, 600 Block Records? What's coming up for the future?
The next thing, we're going to do a Killer Priest EP with 600 Block Records. I have a sculpture going up at the Whitney Young Library the end of October.
Okay.
We're finishing that. And then I have a bunch of stuff with the Inglewood Arts Collective that I can't really talk about. But definitely look out for that. Yeah, you could go to their website at InglewoodArtsCollective.com. Got a bunch of cool stuff going with that. And then continuing the party thing with the city in the case to get people aware of, what public art is possible.
That's what's up.
But the video for Windows 64 does come out next week.
Ooh. All right. You heard it here first, so be on the lookout for that. Any closing any statements you want to close out with? Any last words?
My birthday is next Sunday.
So you will be here for Dwayne.
For a little bit.
Stop by.
My people all got plans, so I got to roll with that. But I got a new drop that day.
Okay, bet.
You heard it here first.
Whoa. Okay. All right, now.
I like Capricorn.
Wow.
You always gotta be that guy, man. Always that guy.
So again, closing out, we are Fly Nerd Group. Woo! I am ambitious.
I'm Moxie.
I'm Pugs Atomz.
Okay, Max.
I'm going. Coach Iso.
Thank you all for coming.
Thank you all, and very shortly.
Pugs Atomz coming up next.
Oh yeah, let's do a live show, man.
Yeah, the live show.
Yeah, it's not over yet.